Well, welcome back to Wingman Wisdom, everybody, my virtual campground where we have a community of pretty much like-minded people. Most of them are old, like me, maybe not quite as old as I am, but like-minded people who share in the passion of camping and RVing. And most of us have got a lot of miles on us, me included in that group. So thank you for joining me today. Today I want to talk to you about, I want to do a follow-up, if you will, about a video that I did recently and play another voicemail from somebody that called in. And to me, it is a perfect example of somebody who had their expectations correct. Their expectations were just right, and they ended up becoming a happy camper. They didn't start out being that way, but as you will tell in this voicemail, you'll go, maybe I need to rethink and readjust my level of expectations when I'm making some kind of a big purchase or spending a lot of money. This has to do with a dealer that I do some consulting work with. I talk about him frequently here on the show, called PPL Motorhomes. They are a consignment RV dealer. And they're the biggest consignment RV dealer in the nation. Now, there's a jillion places where you can consign your RV, but there's only one PPL, and PPL is the only consignment dealer that I recommend that you use. That doesn't mean that they're absolutely the best in the whole wide world. They check all the boxes for me. They have 5 locations all over. This is not a sales pitch for PPL, as you're getting ready to find out. But consigning an RV, it's a big deal. PPL charges you, if you're the seller, 10% of whatever they sell your RV for. They make that money. They sell a $50,000 unit, they make $5,000. A $100,000 unit, they make $10,000. Now you may say, oh my God, that's a lot of money. To me, again, I got a lot of miles on me, but to me, I would never do it on my own. I wouldn't do it. 10% is cheap. They store it, they show it, they get the financing for the people, they get rid of the tire kickers, they prepare it, they do everything and give them the 10%. That's the way I feel. Before I play this phone call, I'm going to tell you a real quick story. I'm such a penny-pinching tightwad. When I owned my ranch, we had to put up a new fence around the perimeter of the ranch. It was several miles of fencing, and it was in the Texas Hill Country, very, very rocky area, almost no dirt, just solid bedrock. And it was expensive to have somebody come out and to put the fence in because they had to get an air drill and drill into the limestone, every single post. And that was every 30 feet, I think, for miles, had to drill a 2-inch hole into this bedrock. And I checked out the pricing. It was like $10,000 a mile. What? To drill a bunch of friggin' holes and stick up the fence, and I bought the fence? It was insanely expensive. I said, I am not doing that. So instead of paying these people to do it, I went out, I rented myself an air jack, a jackhammer. And if I rented it for 4 days or 5 days, I got the next 2 or 3 for free. So I got it for a week. And I got my guys, and these are the big old strong guys. And so the 3 of us, we're going to go out, we're going to make this fence. And so we lined everything up. Everything was perfect. Had the string laid out, the straight line, all of it. And this thing it was a big long 4-foot rock hammer bit. I can't remember rock bit. And it was like a 100-pound jackhammer. Got it over my head. It's over my head. And I've got the trigger on it like this and lined up. Okay, we good, guys? And they're like, we're good. And I started, and he goes, and that, what? And I looked like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Looked like you took a bag of talcum powder, poof, all over me. Like, oh my God. Well, let's do that one again. And I did. And this time it that way. And I struggled for 4 hours that day. And I couldn't get one flipping hole straight. And it sounded so easy for me to do. I couldn't do it. I hitched up that damn thing. I took it back to the rental company, and I looked like literally, like somebody had just dumped a bunch of flour on me. Walked in, same guy was sitting behind the counter. He looked up. I said, would you do me a favor? If I ever ask to rent one of these drill things again, hit me on the head with a hammer. He goes, yeah, it's kind of tough, isn't it? That's the way selling an RV can be. At least it is for me. It sounds so easy, but to find a good consignment dealer that will do it for you, and they'll get all the dirt on them. Let them do it. 10% is, in my view, it's cheap. Now, do you have to? Absolutely not. But when you do business with a good consignment dealer, they have a hard job to do. They do. You as a seller, you have your bottom line number. Well, you want to get that number, you need to get that number. Your friends told you ought to get that number. You owe that much money, you got a number that you got in mind. But the buyer comes in. PPL doesn't get paid until they put the 2 of you together. Now that's hard. It's negotiation. The buyer wants to get the best buy, the lowest price and the best RV for their money. The seller wants to get the most money, and PPL is in the middle. And guess what? They don't get paid until they put the deal together and it closes. So the incentive is on PPL. I don't know how other dealers do it, but to me, that makes sense when they actually do a good deal. Part of a good deal is having the knowledge of what you're buying. And so PPL has an inspection. But you don't have to use PPL to inspect your RV. I suggest you do, but you can get any inspector to come out and inspect it. And that leads me to today's voicemail. So listen to what John from Texas has to say about his experience at PPL. It didn't start out really great.
Hi, Alan. This is John from Texas. The dealer was PPL in Cleburne. And at first I wasn't 100% pleased with how it was going, probably due to my expectations. We picked out a unit and had an outside inspector do the inspection. And it had a few issues and it failed. Either the owner or PP&L weren't able to get the issues fixed, so we passed on that unit. So after a few weeks and several trips to bring my wife back to look at other units, we picked out another unit. This time I had them do the inspection, and they're more able to deal with the seller and fix any issues if they do the inspection. One of the reasons I went to PP&L was the number of fifth wheel units they had to choose from. And at the local PP&L, they probably had 50 fifth wheel units to choose from. I'm a YouTube watcher, so I looked at their inventory online and then watched YouTubes about the unit that I was looking at. And I also watched the RV Wingman videos, and that's where I first got started looking at PP&L from your preferred sales list. All the people at PP&L were great to work with. Effort in finance, Keith in sales, and Stephen did the walkthrough. Anyone that's looking, look at their website. They have 5 locations across the South to choose from. And I think the group from Cleveland must watch your RV Wingman show also. They gave me a thank you card. Great people to deal with. I know you get a lot of negative reviews, but this is a positive. Thank you.
Isn't that great? I love hearing voicemails like that. I love hearing stories like that. But the big takeaway for me is, and I got to tell you, John, if you're watching this video, thank you for following me. Thank you for joining me around this virtual campfire. Folks, John and I have corresponded back and forth, all right, probably over the last 2 or 3 months a little bit. And John is a perfect buyer. He's not emotional. I mean, I don't know him, but he doesn't seem like he's an emotional buyer that just runs off and buys the first thing he saw. He thinks, he's logical. He went and looked at a lot of units. PPL's got hundreds of units. They got 5 different locations. They got a website that gets like 500,000 views a month. And so, wherever you are, you can go and check out the used RV market. But John did it right. Did he get the first RV that he wanted to? No, it fell apart. You know why? Because PPL wasn't able to put it together. Did the seller not want to make the necessary repairs? Was John offering too little? PPL, again, doesn't get paid until they put the deal together and the money's in the bank. The deal is done. So it's a difficult job, at least it is in my view. Are they the perfect consignment dealer? As I said earlier, they check off all the boxes for me. You don't have to use a consignment dealer. You can trade your RV in. You can do business with a lot of different dealers. For me, PPL checks off those boxes. And one of the reasons is if they have to do repair work on your RV, or you're going to buy an RV and it needs new batteries or whatever, they have a service department that can make those repairs. To me, you save money buying a used RV because you don't have to experience that initial depreciation. And you have somebody like PPL whose their motivation is money. It is. If they don't close the deal, they don't get paid. So, John, thank you. If you have a story, a different story about a consignment dealer, if you have a situation with your RV, if you would like to have a voice of reason and logic, and I have nothing, I have no dog in the fight here. If you want to buy from somebody else, that is perfectly fine with me. I want you to be a happy camper. When John bought this camper, he sent me a picture. There he is. There he is. So John's a happy camper now, and he took his time to become a happy camper. I'm hopeful that you will slow down, do what John did, take some time. I know dealers would like you to get in and out and spend all that money right now, but you got to live with that RV for a long, long time, and I want you happy. And a good dealer, they want you happy. So Drop me an email. My contact information is in the description of this video down below. Take your time. Read the fine print. Look around. Manage your expectations. Understand that people do want to make a deal. They do. Good RV dealers want you to be their customer, not just for one sale. They want you to be their customer for a long, long time. John, thank you for calling. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you have a situation, I promise I will listen to your call. I'll read your emails, and I will communicate, get back to as many people as possible, and hopefully steer you in the right direction. Again, thanks for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you again soon. Hi, it's Alan Warren with an important message to those who are buying or selling an RV and you want to do it the right way. Download my free RV report. It will save you thousands of dollars and help prevent you from being ripped off. You can view and download my most current RV report right now at freervreport.com.